Beep, 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 beep. Good morning, hamsters, wherever you are. Hot Ham Radio here before she has had her coffee. And I'm sorry, my voice is kind of, pre-coffee voice. I slept with the fan on again, and I probably should have done this after I had coffee, but the thought occurred to me now, these little musings, so I figured I would just hit record. So it's been an interesting week so far. I've kind of been avoiding the island a little bit just because it gets heavy and I can't think about it too much. Nobody should. But I've been thinking about other things in life that kind of remind me, or pretty much anything in life will bring me back to this case. I don't know how that works, but it's true. I don't know. I was thinking about, it's actually kind of funny what triggered all of this. Yesterday, I was at work and a very good friend of mine texted me. She works as well, but she works from home. She's been working remotely since the pandemic began. And she told me it's been a challenge. She kind of hates working from home because, it's like her couch is her office. Her couch is where she watches TV with her boyfriend at night. It's like she was grateful that they reopened the office so that now they have the option of going in sometimes. And I was always jealous, but I kind of get what she was saying. But yeah, then yesterday she texted me in the morning and said, I think I'm definitely quiet quitting. And I was like, what? She goes, quiet quitting. Why don't you Google it? And I Google it, and there's like 1 million articles from huge mainstream media sources. It was like the first, off the top of my head, it was like CNN, Bloomberg Media, all these outlets, and they had all reported on it within 24 hours of this text message. Like, what the phenomenon of quiet quitting means. And yeah, apparently it just means like people since the pandemic, either they've realized they have options or they're, I don't know, existentially they're not quite as into it as they used to be. I totally get that. So they aren't putting their all into their job anymore. They're kind of doing the bare minimum. Quiet quitting. So I was like, what the hell? Why is it that one of my best friends is texting me with this term within 24 hours of all these major media outlets reporting on it as news? Apparently it comes from a viral TikTok video about quiet quitting. Because I was about to get kind of mad. Well, I already am kind of mad. I hate shit like this. It's so silly. It drives me crazy. It's also kind of funny, though, that the mainstream media is picking up their headlines during one of the craziest times in human history. They're picking up their headlines from TikTok. Is that all we got to talk about right now? No, that's what they want us to talk about right now, because that's what matters. Again, forgive me, little loopy, just rolled out of bed, driving to work, no coffee yet, all over the place. So I was just like fuming, like reading these articles. I was like, this is a conspiracy. This is ridiculous. The mainstream media is brainwashing all of us. And they made this shit up. My boss even came in the room and was like, what are you mad about? And I'm like, the mainstream media is making up stories. And she's like, yeah, duh. I was like, no, they literally invented this term overnight and decided to make it a national headline when we're worried about like school shootings and a pandemic and war in Europe. UFOs are real. No. Let's talk about quiet quitting, a viral trend on TikTok. So I guess they didn't make it up, but they might as well have if they're just stealing it from a viral trend on TikTok. That's like essentially like, can you imagine the headlines during like World War II if they were like, the kids these days are saying this. Word on the street. Headline, Mayday. Extra, read all about it. Oh, I'm sorry. Why does this come back to the Watts case? Well, because in my opinion, modern day conspiracy theory has been destroyed by, yes, the mainstream media, a few different factors, but the way I see it objectively, I'm not quite sure of the causes. It's like the more communication people have with each other through social media, the easier it is for them to get carried away with these conspiracy theories. And in my opinion, they've ruined conspiracy thought, because I love thinking about actual conspiracies because they are real, you know. The CIA released, they declassified all their UAP findings in the middle of the pandemic. Anybody think that was funny? Oh, we ought to do this at some point, but let's do it right now. Why don't we do it now when everybody thinks the world is burning anyway? They won't pay attention to it. You can I have the zip file. You can read all their declassified, statements from the past 100 years about UFOs and UAPs. Meanwhile, you got QAnon over here ruining it for everybody, talking about they took all the little nuggets from all the big conspiracy theories, threw them into one crazy soup, and then ruined it for everybody and made all of us look like a bunch of nut jobs just for talking about things that are very real. Like the sex trafficking thing. Hello? Was anybody on my tour of Epstein Island the other day? Real. Was Hillary Clinton drinking the blood of babies? No, I don't think so. I'm not a fan of hers, but that doesn't mean I think that. Are there nuggets of truth in all these wacky conspiracy theories? Yeah, I think so. But I see it in the Watts case. It's so difficult for some people to believe that certain things not just could be possible, but are pretty likely. I don't know what world some people live in, how sheltered they are. I live a pretty, middle of the road, normal-ish life, but even I know, there's a lot of things that are possible out there, and it shouldn't be what's the word, I can't speak yet. I don't know. We shouldn't be considered controversial for just discussing certain possibilities that are quite likely. And not in any way they're really not controversial. It's just everyday life in this country. The way people make livings, the way sometimes the past people, different past traumas people have had, abuse. These things are prevalent, you guys. I don't know why people are so hesitant to consider what seems to me to be pretty normal things in life. Things I've come across in my circle of friends. I don't know. I don't want to exactly say what I'm talking about, but I think a lot of you can grasp that based off this week. I just think that anybody that's shocked by anything in this case that we're talking about in regards to Shanann, I don't know what century you were born in, but this stuff's not wild. We don't need to grasp our pearls, clutch our pearls, right? To do that is actually, I think, more controversial, more shaming to someone, to be oh no, how could they? No, we can't speak of her that way. What way? What way? You tell me, and I'll tell my friends who definitely live their lives that kind of way. I feel like I'm speaking Japanese right now. I'm really sorry. I'm gonna stop talking now. I just hope that people can understand that the idea that there are definitely crazy people who believe crazy things that aren't real. But the way that the mainstream media likes to demonize any level of conspiratorial thought is the problem. It makes all of us think that what we're doing is taboo. That's the word I was looking for earlier, by the way. It's not taboo. It never was. It's bullshit that people are saying that it is. But this is what we're fed, you know? We've lost the ability to look at some sort of hypothesis or theory and make a decision for ourselves of if it makes sense or not. Basically, we're presented with theories, and we have to go with the group think. We have to be oh, all these people think this is crazy, so it must be crazy. Or, oh, all the newspapers are saying that this is wrong, so this is wrong. Or you can go the other way and think all the theories are right because you distrust the mainstream media so much, which makes sense too. But I don't trust the groupthink either, because they kind of go in herds. I just think that more than any time in history, our minds are being kind of controlled by either the powers that be or by each other with this herd mentality. We've lost the ability to think on an individual basis and make our own decisions and stand by those decisions, and to admit when we're wrong. I see very little of that going on these days in all walks of life, all aspects of life. All right, I am going to get off of this thing now. I hope I made some sense. I hope everyone has a wonderful Thursday. Beep, 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 beep. Bye-bye.